Prince Harry has opened up in a new TV interview, except this time wife Meghan wasn't by his side.
Speaking on Breakfast TV in the US, the proud Invictus Games founder spoke about life in America, fatherhood, and if he'll make it back to London to celebrate the Queen's jubilee. One-on-one in a candid TV interview, the Prince opened up on NBC's Today Show about work and life.
This whole working from home stuff is not all it's cracked up to be. I mean, Archie spends more time interrupting our Zoom calls than anybody else.
Harry recorded the interview in the Netherlands after a whirlwind trip to the UK, where he snuck in a secret meeting with the Queen.
Being with her, it was great. It was just so nice to see her. You know, she's on great form. She's always got a great sense of humour with me, and I'm just making sure that she's, you know, protected. And we have a really special relationship. We talk about things that she can't talk about with anybody else.
But the relationship with his dad and brother still appears strained.
Do you miss your brother, your dad?
Look, I mean, for me, at the moment, I'm here focused on these guys and these families.
As for his own family,
home for me now is in the States. And it feels that way as well.
Does it?
Yeah, we've been welcomed with open arms.
And he says he's loving fatherhood.
All of it, the chaos, the learning, the reminder of just every element of yourself, your soul, right?
Asked whether he'll return to England for the Queen's jubilee.
There's lots of things, security issues and everything else, so this is what I'm trying to do, trying to make it possible that, you know, I can get my kids to meet her.
One person he feels around him constantly, though, is his mother, Diana.
It's almost as though she's done her bit with my brother, and now she's very much like helping me. Got him set up, now she's helping me set up.
And ITV News Royal editor Chris Shipp joins us from London now. Well, Chris, what are your thoughts on this interview?
Good morning, team. I mean, it wasn't kind of the Oprah interview, was it? It didn't have this. It didn't open up those same wounds that Oprah did. But there was a lot in it. I must admit, a lot more than I thought there would be in it. But a lot was about what he didn't say rather than what he did say. And you just played the clip there. You could almost hear the tumbleweed rolling down the field after he's asked whether he missed his father and brother, and he quickly changed the subject and said, "I'm here for the Invictus Games." So, yeah, surprising. But a lot of the focus here in the UK today has been on him saying that he wants to protect the Queen and making sure she has the right people around her. And none of us really know what exactly he meant by that.
Yeah, exactly. So how would that go down? Because he sort of jets in, spends, an hour or two with the Queen to make sure she's OK. If you're sitting back in England, one of the family, how would you feel about that?
You know what? I mean, there are lots of questions from that. I mean, what did he mean to say he wants to protect the Queen and make sure she's got the right people around her? Now, there's only two people he could be referring to around the Queen. It's either the family or it's the courtiers. And he appears to be suggesting here that the Queen's not getting the right advice. Now, given Harry's left the royal family, shipped off to California, you do wonder why he's now thinking that he's able to say, you know, you got the right advisors around you, grandmother, can I help? Well, you live in California and you left the royal family, so a lot of questions here in the UK today about what exactly he meant. Buckingham Palace thought better than to respond to any of it. We tried to get hold of Harry and Meghan's office. They just told us they wouldn't elaborate on it, so we're in the dark, really.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Obviously, he's at Invictus Games. It's his baby, in a way. It felt like it was a little bit of an ambush. I'm guessing that his people would have had this vetted and known what was going to be asked, and he's been in front of the media forever and a day. But was it a surprise that he did delve into so much more than what he was there to talk about?
I suppose it was a surprise that the interviewer delved into areas that perhaps Harry was less comfortable with. And I do hear, and I wasn't there to see it, I was at the Invictus Games last weekend, but I do hear that a couple of times his people had to jump in and stop the interview going in a certain direction. So I think they thought there were many more off-topic questions, shall we say, than perhaps they were expecting from the NBC breakfast show.
Oh, these pesky journalists, you just can't trust them, can you, Chris?
You certainly can't.
Thank you very much.